One thing people don't talk about much in the film industry is all the time in between jobs. So you wrapped a project, you finished a commercial, and now what? You're suddenly waiting on the next one. So what can you do in between jobs? Here, let's get into it. In my experience, you can only send so many emails in a day. You know, from reaching out to producers or following up on old emails or getting back to someone on a social media comment or something. That only takes up a few hours of your day. So what are you supposed to do with the rest of that time? First, some coffee. The Roastery City of Fountains Bloom. A quick note, I'm slowing down my daily uploads and only uploading once a week for more of a cinematography weekly discussion. Daily posting on YouTube is definitely one of the ways to stay creative in between jobs, but that's not all what we're here to talk about. It's more about what I do as a cinematographer in between work, in between commercials or short film projects or maybe pilots or any of the scope of work that I've been handling. It's all that in between stuff that really can make or break a cinematographer. And what I mean is not make or break because they've lost their skill set, but make or break because if they're just absorbing content from social media, well then what they're gonna see is stuff that makes them remember that, hey, you're not working right now. There's a fine balance on figuring out what to do. But here's a few options on what's helped me over the years. First, try this. That's pretty good. More than just getting a hobby, you've gotta stay active. You gotta move, whether that's from sports to just, maybe it is a hobby that makes you active. But in my case, my wife and I last year, just about to this date, we bought a farm. Here, let's get into it. So I just spent like the last month posting daily to try to retrain the algorithm of YouTube to remember that I'm a cinematographer, not a farmer. I made the small mistake on sharing some of my YouTube farm footage from our new experiences here. I think I've spent even longer reminding friends, producers, directors, hey, just because I unfortunately moved cities and also bought a farm doesn't mean I'm not a cinematographer anymore. Reminding people of, hey, you still exist is important, but staying on social media platforms all day in between those jobs can really wear you down. So it was back in like 2014 to 2016, 17-ish, where I was carrying a full-time role as a video producer for a local, I would say, marketing agency, creating content for dozens of partner organizations. And after being done for the day, all my edits are finished, the meetings are done, I'm looking around thinking, what am I doing here? You know, my goal is to become a commercial cinematographer full-time as a freelancer, and I'm done for the day and I'm just sitting here. I was like, I'd rather be sitting at my house instead of sitting at this office. Granted, that would mean cutting the cord of salary work and going full-time as a freelancer, of which I did and have been full-time as a freelancer ever since. And when you get to that spot in your career, do it, it's awesome. But then you are gonna eventually come upon the situation when you're realizing, hey, social media is constantly reminding me that everyone is doing work and I'm not doing work right now. Or maybe my job's like 2 weeks away and now I'm anxious. Or I don't got anything on the books until 2 months from now. You can only send an email so many times a day. You can't remind the person you just reminded last week that you still exist. You've got to find ways to stay active. And this farm has been just that for me. From the daily chores of taking care of our 6 goats, about 50 chickens, 3 bunnies, and a bunch of farm cats, including my dog and a couple house cats too. I mean, this is an orchard, so we have to keep up with our pruning, cleaning of the orchard, eventually to getting ready for the fall season and everything that it takes for that. I never had any sort of blackout days, and I still don't, because the deal with my wife was, hey, I'm a cinematographer first and this farm comes second. But towards the fall season, I will be a little more choosy on what type of work I am doing. Before then, any jobs that come up, I'm taking. So one of the things I found during the downtime to stay creative is, not just always having a movie on a screen playing in the background, whether it's an Oscar movie or a funny movie or just something you're interested into, something that doesn't distract you and make you sit and always watch it, but something that's on there so anytime you walk by it, you can see an image and see a scene and still be in the industry / coming up with ideas like, oh, I like the way they did that. All the way to ShotDeck, a platform with a bunch of movie frames broken down by type of angles, lensing, location, what's in frame. It's a huge resource that I use to build lookbooks and share with the directors, or just get reference images, print those out and break them down. Or if you've got an iPad or something, put this on your iPad and sketch it out. Figure out where the light is coming from. Reverse engineering lighting is a great way to continue to stay sharp. Not to mention the constant changing of camera equipment, to lighting equipment, sound, and everything. I think it's important as a cinematographer to stay on top of the newest camera bodies, what lenses are being done, all the new manufacturers that are rehousing old lenses, and staying invested with what's new. These are our tools, so it's important to know what's new and what we can use for our next shoot. Now, rest in peace, Vimeo. This is the last year that I'll ever be on Vimeo. It's also another reason why I'm kind of doubling down on YouTube right now. I don't see this platform going away anytime soon, and unfortunately, Vimeo is on the decline. I've been a paying customer of Vimeo, an award-winning person on Vimeo, well over a decade. I mean, coming on 15 years now, and it's just unfortunately not there anymore. So that's a no for another day. But I wouldn't know this if I wasn't staying active during these downtimes. It's not talked about enough, but we all feel that downtime. We all feel that in-between times as cinematographers, producers, directors, anyone kind of in the freelance world. Sometimes you can worry, and sometimes you've done so much work that, hey, I can sit and not do anything for 6 months. Now, of course, you wouldn't want to do that because you got to still think 6 months from there. Where's the money to be coming from? But just the other day, I got a phone call from one of my mentors, and we were just honestly just catching up. He's got a few projects in the works, and I've always told him, drop of a hat, you got to roll on set. He clearly is a DP, so I'm not taking over his set, but I would be happy to run as a camera operator. Here's some of the strengths, just to relive some of the glory days of when I first worked for him. All the way to, just keeping up with some old friends. I'm no social media expert, but you do surf the web and see these channels of really talented cinematographers, and their last post was months ago. To people who are posting recently because maybe something recent's happened. Like, it's a broad spectrum. Having social media is important, I think, to stay visible to other people, but it's changing so much that I don't think that we solely can rely on pretty images on Instagram or well-curated profile to be like, hey, this person does great work, hire me. I think it's the networking, it's the reaching out on other social media platforms, it's trying to go to any sort of event, of course, like film festivals and whatnot. Like, even if you don't have a film in the film festival, it's good to go just to support and stay active. And one of the small tips for sure is you never know who's gonna be your next boss. The PA on set, they might be sitting on gold mine of an awesome pilot they want to make. And currently they're just at a stage of being a PA, but who knows, they could be the next director calling you up. So staying kind and treating everyone with respect is always number one for every film set I'm on. Because you never know. But also, it's just a good rule of thumb to treat people nicely. I wouldn't want to go on a job where it's tense and not fun. For crying out loud, we get to film and make cool stuff for a living. So that part's exciting. But yeah, I wanted to give a small update in regards to, this location I'm in is our event barn. I'm using this space right now because it's already kind of pre-rigged and it's easy away from the house, and kind of been using it as a makeshift quick studio. But you don't have to have something like this. It could be your apartment, it can be outside, it could be anywhere. But recording and staying active is important during those downtimes. And here's a pro tip on what to do between jobs. Can you tell me? Because I'm still trying to figure this out too. We're all freelancers in this world, from working on commercial to narrative sets to anything and everything in between. I think I can gain as much from you as you can gain from me. I'm just sharing my experiences that I've done because I know that I've grown from other people who were above me sharing their experiences. So I don't care quite where you're at in the industry, but if you found this platform and you found this page, I'm just excited you're here to learn about what I've done. And I think sharing is one of the ways I've been able to stay active and creative in between jobs. But if you want to see more of my work, you can always go check out stevencgreathouse.com. Thanks for watching. Peace. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.